Hey guys, so I'm sorry if this video is a little shaky. I'm taking out my phone because I can't seem to get anything else to work quite right. So, Archer sent me your assignment, and it seems pretty dead set on what mine was as well. But here's the thing. So, he basically says in number 3, create a 3-year individual annual year-end budget. So when we did all this project to do all of this stuff, basically we did a 3-year budget and we did everything he asked for. So this is kind of a disclaimer on the video. So star disclaimer. Basically, I'm going to show you guys how to do all of this because that's what he wrote down. That's what he wanted. However, when we did all this and turned it in, he was like, no, that's not what I want. We were like, okay, well, that's what you have written down. And it seemed to be that our problem was basically right here on number 3. So the description we got kind of like the list. We used the tabs correctly and we did the amortization all right. But apparently our entire class couldn't handle number 3 for doing a budget. And so that's why I just want to give you guys a disclaimer, because we created a 3-year budget and we turned it in. We had to do it individually though, not in groups. And when we turned it in to him, he said, oh, you guys handed me a 3-year budget. And we said, yes. And he goes, well, that's not what I wanted. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to quote Alex St. Pierre and Emily Gannett on this one. And she was like, your assignment says you want a 3-year budget. And he goes, well, that's not really what I want. And I believe Emily Gannett got a little snippy with him. And she goes, well, if you didn't want a 3-year budget, what did you want? And he couldn't explain it either. So I don't know if he wants you guys to be psychic or what, but he wrote down 3-year budget. So I'm going to approach it as 3-year budget because maybe through us, he realized, oh yeah, that's what I wrote. Maybe that's what they're going to turn in. Or maybe it's going to happen again. But I can't tell the future for you guys, so I can only do what's written down here. I just kind of want to put that disclaimer in, is I can only show you what these directions say to do. I can't tell you how he's going to react to them. So there's just the disclaimer, because that's what happened to us. So very first thing that you're going to have to do, when you open, yep, I was playing slots, that's right, because that's how I live my life. So when you guys open Blackboard, I'm not sure if you guys have these documents, so I'm going to attach them to an email and have Archer upload them as well, just in case. So it's in 3rd year fall practice management. It's actually in the lecture section, and it should be under budget workshop. It's going to be all of these kind of things that I'm picking from. So you're going to need the budget equipment, the budget furniture, the budget supplies, and the budget workshop amortization. The top 2 you're not really going to need. So basically, to start off, I kind of opened some already, but you're going to need a brand new workbook. So just open that to start. And then because he said in the directions here, I think it's best to kind of go out of order so it makes kind of sense. So first, provide a brief description of your work situation. So based on the group, what are you guys going to do? How many people do you think you might need? How big is your office going to be, and all of that? You can change that as you go, based on how your numbers are coming out. But I think a good place to start is if you go down to the bottom of the Excel, see how it's sheet 2? You can go there. So honestly, if you just start typing in this box, like, hi, my name, can't type. So anyway, that's all he wants you to do, is this is like the paragraph portion. So you can just make this by expanding it into almost like a paragraph portion just by typing. And so that's all you need to do for that. And that's going to be tab 2. And at any point, you guys can rename these to make it easier for yourself. So if you want to line it up exactly like his, you can rename this. So he wants your explanation in tab 2. So tab 2 is going to be your explanation. Ta-da! So the next step, I think you should actually skip number 2. That's just my suggestion. Go back to that. You should skip number 3. The place that you should start is actually 4+. So in order to do this the best way, you should have 3, 4, and so we're going to start on 4 on. So in order to even begin this whole shenanigans, once you've picked what kind of business you want, you're going to need to know how much space and what you're going to put in it. So start on the furniture expenses. Again, this will be on Blackboard under budget furniture, but I'll attach it as well. So there's 2 ways to do this. You guys can meet with your group and you can see individually like, oh, a 40-inch desk, it costs this much. So you guys can calculate all of that out. Or you can be super awesome and just kind of highlight this in, highlight whatever you want, and copy it. And I didn't obviously highlight the whole thing. You guys can do that. But because he wants it all in one Excel document, you guys can then go into number 4 and then paste it. And obviously that did not work out really nice, so paste. You may also need to really copy. One of the things that does happen throughout this, though, I have found, is sometimes these that he has don't actually, oh, so I had to paste special. That's what I was doing incorrectly. So if you look, though, sometimes what happens is he didn't save these as actual equations on all of the documents. So you may actually have to go back here and factor all of them in. So if this is 0, then you'll have to put in your equations. Anytime you put in an equation in Excel, you'll do equals. So for example, for this $199, you can do it next to it because that could be the price per. So you'll do equals, so 0, and you're going to do times this price, and you hit enter. It's $0, and then go down. And then, so you do that for all of these. And then I find the easiest way, so we'll do it for this one too. So 1 times the price for the next desk, enter that price. To add up all of these things, you kind of just drag them all down. And then there should be a nice little summation one. Ah, there it is. See auto sum? So I click that. And so because there's only one price right now, it's $289.99. So based on this, I kind of just dragged and dropped the whole thing in here and then manipulate it as I want. So if I don't want a file drawer, I'll just put 0. And see how he'll have like room 1, room 2. I kind of just put supplies and then just put 1 of everything. So like 40-inch desk, 40-inch hutch, 3, okay, here's what a chair cost, here's what, and then you can kind of type in yourself whatever's left. So one of the other things you can do if it's easier for you, if you notice on the bottom here of the furniture expenses, instead of worrying about his room situation, you can see what the cost per unit is. So you can copy it this way too. So if you just want to know how much a chair, a sectional chair, an audio chair, a stool, a desk, you can copy it this way and paste it into that document. And that way you guys can just go and be like, okay, well, I want this many chairs, I want that much stuff, and then eventually you'll get to an overall price. But again, it does need to be all in one workbook to submit. So basically, once you guys get to a total for your business of how much the furniture is going to cost, for all the furniture, I'm just making up a number right now. I find it easiest once you come up with like your big number for everything to kind of highlight it. You just press like the little paint can, just so you know what number you're looking for. You're going to have to come up with values for all of your furniture, for all of your equipment, and for all of your diagnostics. So once we have the furniture expenses, and again, if it's easier for you to like rename things, so you can be like furniture, we'll just call it fern for now. And you can do the same thing. You can copy and paste whatever you want. So this is the equipment list. And if you look at the bottom, he makes it hard, easy, and then super duper hard. We all used this one because it takes into account the shipping and handling for everything. This one, the one that I'm sending you guys, he actually had the equations in. And when I transfer it in my Excel, the equations transfer as well. If yours doesn't, what my suggestion is change it on the original Excel document, then copy and paste, because all of your values will be there. One thing I just want to show you guys so you don't get frustrated. You can, whoop, sorry about that. Stop, do what I want. So first of all, you have to copy the whole thing for the equations to go. This is a little hard to do one-handed. Copy. I'm going to go back to my workbook, and remember, he said 4+ for all of your documentation. So this is sheet 5 now. So I'm going to paste everything. See all of those number signs? Don't worry, you did nothing wrong. It's just telling you there's not enough space. So you just kind of have to move these things over. So scooch them. Oh, look, all your numbers appeared. So you guys didn't do anything wrong. You just got to scooch these columns out. That's all that means. It took us a little while to figure that out. And I know that sounds stupid, but don't judge us. So one of the things here is now this is a working one. So let's say I only want one GSI. Look at my numbers change. Bam! Look at that. Oh, so much less work for me because I don't care. So now you'll have a furniture number, you'll have an equipment number, and again, I find it just nice and easy to highlight that. So I have a furniture number, I have an equipment number. So if I go back, I have equipment, I have furniture, oh, I need a supplies. I didn't open that one yet, so sorry. So you're gonna do the same thing with your supplies. And this is all kind of before you open the business. You got to stock it up with all this crap. So when you open the doors, you're ready to go. So again, you're going to copy, you're going to paste. So it's all in your one document. So we'll open this up. And that'll be sheet 6, will be all your supplies. And once you get a good number, I'm just putting 1,000 for fun right now. This will be my supplies. Perfect. So now that I have a number for supplies, I have a number for equipment, I have a number for furniture, I can add those 3 numbers up for a total amount to start my business. So to start your business, it's going to be your furniture expense plus your equipment expense plus whatever your supplies are. And if we look at the instructions, so number 4 is use your tabs to supply your research for your charges and expenses. Awesome. You guys just did all of that. Now, number 5, if you are borrowing money to purchase equipment, provide the total amount due for each loan, the term of the loan interest, and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Well, that sounds hard, right? No, my friends, no. Because back in this nice little document that he has here, There's a budget workshop amortization.